Okay, good morning, everyone. I'm Alessandro Fontana from SUPSI, and I will present today the linked project to Circthread INEDIT. So, INEDIT project started in the last part of 2019 and will last until the second half of 2022. We have 14 participant partners, and the objective is to create an open innovation, do it together ecosystem for sustainable furniture co-creation. So we have a first interesting result is the support of design phase with a digital and physical platform to channel the creativity of consumers that are supported also by design experts. And very important element is also that everything is make it viable by leveraging on local production specialists. We have also the creation of a new business model to exploit innovative networked local manufacturing competencies and production facilities. And last but not least, we have the demonstration phase of the approach proposed through 4 industrial use cases. So we have the furniture producer, we have a 3D printing of plastic food composite, 3D printing of recycled plastic, and the furniture smartification as industrial cases. So what is the role of SUPSI in this project? SUPSI is mainly involved in the development of the sustainability-driven orchestrator, that is software application that is able to provide the calculation of EKPIs that has been selected, identified from literature and also from existing certification schemes related to the furniture sector. So the SDO is meant to calculate the best production route for furniture from an environmental perspective. So it can link the operation data of different local production specialists that offer their facilities and production processes and technologies also that jointly results in a co-created piece of furniture. So we have in a furniture creation, we have many actors involved. So we have the wood panels producer, plastic component manufacturers, metal parts, the furniture assembly, that are all brought together in a digital co-creation process. And the SDO is meant to calculate the joint environmental impacts and allow the different furniture specialists to discuss among each other how to make the furniture even better, considering also the environmental perspective. So the sustainability-driven orchestrator, as already said, allows the calculation of environmental indicator for a list of processes. Here in this example, for instance, you can see one production process that is the injection molding. And we can see that for 1 kilogram of injected plastic, we have a certain amount of equivalent CO2 emission into the environment. So 950 grams of CO2 emitted. Okay, and we studied a new approach that is named the LCA Process Template approach. So the user has the possibility to personalize data from process environmental database, specifically life cycle inventory background data, to obtain environmental indicators that are actually representing today's impacts of the manufacturing process. Okay, so this is allowing the user to personalize, to customize impacts data available from a database so that the impacts are more related to the actual situation in its production facility. For instance, we can modify the electricity generation technology, or we can modify the geography, okay, so passing from an average European grid mix to a more specific national one, or we can modify the quantity of the flow considered, again, in this case, the electricity. How to do that? Life cycle impact assessment background data sets, for instance, coming from EcoInvent, are personalized through a Pareto approach. Okay, so the user has the possibility to modify at least the flows that are offering the majority of the impact for the process. In this case, we can see that the electricity is causing at least 70% of the total environmental impact. So it is very important for the user to personalize this kind of data. In this example, we move from the previous value, okay, about 1.5 kilowatt hour consumed for the injection of 1 kilogram of plastic to another value that is half of it, of the previous one, since maybe the producer uses a more efficient electrohydraulic press with a far lower consumption of electricity. And so it allows, the SDO allows to recalculate the environmental impacts considering the modified life cycle inventory data. So obtaining a value of 650 equivalent grams of CO2, while previously we had 950 equivalent grams of CO2 from the calculation. So how the SDO can support the co-creation approach investigated and also developed within the INEDIT project. For each production route, the SDO retrieves the product and manufacturing information from the ERP that has been developed within the project. And so it is retrieving e-bill of material, so in a bill of material that are available in a digital way, that are containing information about materials and quantities. And then we have also the possibility to retrieve production and logistic processes that are carried out in order to obtain the furniture. Then the SDO calculates the related environmental impacts and sends back them to the ERP so that amongst the different possible production routes available within the INEDIT ecosystem, the ERP is thus able to identify the suppliers that are able to assure the most sustainable way to produce the furniture. There is another interesting results obtained by SUPSI from the Manu Square project that is complementing the INEDIT results. So today furniture manufacturers, similar to other manufacturers, also have many suppliers for parts that are outside of their network of influence. So what they could do, however, is select one supplier over another with better environmental profiles. So the challenge today is that the environmental profiles of suppliers are not usually transparent. So working within the Manu Square project, SUPSI created the possibility to request the environmental information from suppliers and rank them considering the impacts on the environment, not only the cost or technical information. And this process of retrieve and calculates the environmental performances of supplier has been performed on a basis very similar to the functionalities provided by the SDO. So which are the potential learnings for the Circthread project? So the main outputs from INEDIT that could be relevant for Circthread are the LCA process template approach, and then also the possibility to make this supplier evaluation and ranking based on sustainability performances. Possible outputs of Circthread relevant for the INEDIT project could be the circular product accounting framework plus its related service, the sustainability decision-making framework plus its related service, the Circthread product circular design decision framework and its service again, and the digital product passport. Since the INEDIT project is closing in the next year, I think that these possible outcomes from Circthread could be interesting not only for the project itself, but for its future exploitation. Okay, since there will be the possibility to integrate the circularity perspective and also a more enlarged sustainability perspective that is not today considered within the INEDIT project. And also having the digital product passport can support the tracking of the furniture along the whole life cycle, so starting from the single components and reaching then the overall furniture, allowing also to better map its end of life. I can end my presentation with a brief presentation of the different partners involved in the INEDIT project. Thank you for your attention.